a lot of what you write about and a lot of what you say, it really comes home when something is written, how it gives it meaning. And a lot of these ideas kind of float around in your head, but when you write them and you say them, they kind of become very visual, and you sort of almost feel the collar around your own neck. And I just wanted to ask, practically speaking, how can somebody recognize their own collar, and what would the process be to start freeing themselves from it?
Well, I'll say two things. I'll give some context to the imagery around collar. And what you're referring to, Shay, is a Buddhist teacher once, I would argue, it's a pointing out instruction. It's the kind of teaching where the teacher just sort of makes you sit up, take notice, and realize what you're doing. And I was complaining to this fellow about some aspect of my life, and he, with a very thick accent, said, "Dog tied to stick." And I said, "What? What are you talking about?" And he said, "Dog tied to stick. Dog run away from stick. Dog tied to stick. Dog run to stick. Dog tied to stick." And what was he saying? What he was saying was that you correctly connected it to a limiting belief, or you correctly connected it to some unconscious attachment. So we run as far away as possible from the experience to get away from it. It might be our parents' beliefs about who we should be. And then the dog gets choked. So then the dog turns around and runs exactly. I'll be exactly, and the dog gets choked because you're still tied to stick. And what you're really suggesting is, how does one slip the collar so that one is free of those beliefs? Well, the first step is to recognize that one is tied to the stick, because more often than not, we believe we have the capacity to make those judgment calls, when in fact, until we discern what is going on, we don't have the ability to slip the collar.